So for the integumentary system, remember we focus on one organ, but there was actually 3 organs we discussed. Hair, skin, and nails. Good. Functions of hair. So you have hair on the scalp and then hair on the body. So you can pull a few different basic functions from both. What y'all think? Warmth. That's both. Thermoregulation, yeah. Trapping heat, especially in what's the structure in the integumentary system that allows the hair to stand up? Retroculi muscle, very good. And to a degree that, what's that? A-R-R-E-C-T-O-R space P-L-I P-L-I.
A-rect.
All right, I was
Of course you are.
Not erect, brother. Erect.
Mine's always there. Much messing.
Where is that?
Class, where would the erector pili muscle be found?
It's connected to the...
In the dermis, she says. Is she right or wrong?
It is in the
Cool. She's confident with her answer. Damn, she told the class screw off. I got it right.
It's connected to the hair follicle. The hair shaft.
But in the dermis. Yes, she's very confident, very right.
Actually, not part B.
But good. Connects to the hair follicle in the dermis. Very good. What about nails? There's a few basic functions we talked about nails. Why are they where they are? Blah, blah, blah. What are they made of? You go on. Very good. So when something made of keratin, that's when they're secreting their lipid structure, secreting their fat, secreting protein, so they're dead. Most of the time you hear keratinized, those cells are dead. Why do we want them dead? It's almost all on the outside too. Protection. Protection from something. So keratinized stratum corneum layer, the epidermis, the top layer is dead. The hair shaft is dead. The nails are dead. So that's all keratinization that she's talking about. But why on the tips of our fingers? Why not? Why don't we have nails in other parts of the body?
We have to grab.
It would be weird.
for grabbing and touching.
And
Grabbing, yes. Yeah, scratching, picking objects up.
We actually used to use these as weapons back then.
That's scratching. That's absolutely right. There you go. So those should be pretty easy for you. When you get to the skin, there's a whole bunch. Man, there's like 2 slides of functions. So what do you guys remember? Functions of the skin. Functions of the skin. Why is this little naked booty facing me, pointing right to me? All I see is a little naked booty climbing up her computer. Functions of the skin. Why do we have skin, folks?
protection.
Protection from what?
Sunlight.
All of it. Good. Excellent. And you guys got it. Yeah, that's excellent. Keep going. So protection, in the back of that chapter 5, remember they kind of expand the functions a little bit? So the basic function on the first part of chapter 5, when you're studying, if you want to go a little more in depth, which I do want you to do, it's the back of that chapter. They have a slide just for the protective functions of... No, around there, but that's another slide just for protection.
Like water loss and vitamin absorption.
Correct.
And stuff.
Exactly. Yes. So yeah, when you get to the protection from the skin, how to go in water loss, that's the keratinization. So you can build your answers up. Man, the skin's waterproof because the cells are all dead and flat and dry. They're dry initially, but then there's something that keeps them lubricated. What's that? Say it? Yes. And sebum comes from what structure? Very good. Excellent. Where's the oil glands located?
On the hair shaft.
Where in the what layer?
That's where all the
I
junk is.
can't get her. She's got it all, man. She's ready. What else? Functions of the skin. So protection, you can go multiple ways. Sun protection, but then you can vote on that answer too, though.
Because
Chris said sun, exactly. So then you can get specific. There's these type of cells called blank producing blank that protects your cells from UV sun damage. So what the hell am I talking about?
We're talking about melanin sites.
Very, very good. Excellent. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. And the melanin is a pigment, we're trying to protect what? The cells, but there's something in the cells. Yeah, it's the DNA molecule. Good. Excellent, man. What else? Functions of the skin.
Touch sensation.
Yes, okay, good. So if you struggle with this part of the Wednesday, just go through your structures of the skin model and you get list a whole bunch of functions right off the bat. So, which one did you just say?
Sensation.
Yes, sensation is multiple. What type of sensation are you talking about? Light? Pressure? So then you can kind of build from those. Do you remember? Well, the names are so easy. We used to have Pacinian corpuscles for the deep pressure receptors, but you guys like deep pressure is perfect. It's receptor. Put receptor because that's going to tell you what. There's nerves attached to it and it's part of the nervous system. So feel pain. Those are painful pain receptors. And we have so light touch and deep touch pain receptors. We have rarely talked about this, but free nerve endings that pick up what? So we have pain receptors, light touch and deep touch, and then we have these free nerve endings that are picking up something else. What kind of sensation? Not touch. We just went over touch. That's pretty good. I like that instrument. Temperature, yeah. So we have free nerve endings that are not attached to those onion-shaped receptors. Those usually are for temperature sensation. Anything else we need to talk about the skin? I'm missing a couple big ones. I can't say it. Wow, good. Good. So sweat is, yes, there you go. You have to put evaporation of sweat, or I can't give you the answer. So sweating by itself does not cool us off. We have to get that liquid water off the body, which is holding the heat vapors, and that's the evaporation of sweat. Right? I know what you got. Oh, I thought you got a question. Oh, okay. So at this point, are you guys comfortable telling me their integumentary and their cardiovascular response to when the body gets cold, hot or cold?
Or is it like, like vasodilation, vasoconstriction or something?
Yes. So you're comfortable with what's going on? So if the human body gets, 100, 100, 102, whatever, what happens?
Vasodilate.
Basal what?
Dilate.
Good. Why?
To promote more blood flow.
Say it, Chris.
Well, he makes the
Yeah, so blood's warm.
vessels.
Yeah, I mean, blood's warm, so there's heat vapors in our blood. So if we send more blood to the surface of the skin, some of it actually evaporates without sweat. But the better cooling system is the sweat evaporation. So sweat glands active or inactive when the body is heated up? Yeah, so active sweat glands and dilated vessels in the dermis, though. Don't say epidermis. I'm going to have to mark it wrong. Why can you not say blood vessels are dilating in the epidermis? Exactly. Now, I like the attitude with the answer because it doesn't have blood vessels. Damn it. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Man, you can study that. No, you just get it.
Yeah.
Damn.
This is like my favorite subject.
Man, that's awesome. Wow. Told your passion is more important than genetic intelligence, man. What's that?
We playing a surprise party.
Very good. That's excellent. And then obviously if the body is cool, you're shivering. That's the muscular response when we shiver. I'll teach you that later. That's rapid contraction and relaxation of the muscles, the skeletal muscles. That's not what we're talking about. If I ask you cardiovascular and integumentary, don't talk about the muscles when we're cold. But when we're cold, it's literally the opposite of what I just said. Blood vessels constrict, keeping cold, warm heat vapors in the body, and then sweat glands are deactivated. And that's as much as I need you to do for this class. And what process is that called? Dang, you were on the ball too, my friend. Homeostasis, very good. Very good. Well, that makes me very excited for this tonight. All right, so mention a very, very important function of our skin. There's two things. Well, no, let's just say skin total. Then we'll break it down by the layer. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I'll give you a hint in a second, but there's one major function of skin. Unless y'all mention it, I haven't heard. You know, I'm half deaf up here, but I need a hint. Anybody? You got to touch it. Say it. Yes. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Making vitamin D. Excellent. So it's not really in the book. A lot of stuff where I talked about it, but vitamin D is actually a hormone that the precursor molecule, the inactive form of vitamin D is in the skin. UV radiation doesn't activate in the skin. It activates it to leave the skin, go to the liver, then the kidney, and then we make our final vitamin D product. So there's a lot going on, but in this over 2,000 functions of vitamin D in the body. But it all starts in the skin with exposure to sunlight. I don't know how much tanning beds do, man. Maybe tanning beds boost up our vitamin D production. I really don't know. But sunlight, we've been doing this for millions of years, so we know that. And then you go outside for 30 minutes, dude. You got a full body load of vitamin D. What else was we is that? Anybody follow me in the notes? What else we missed? I think we got it all. Talk about it, but trying to kind of word it. What's that?
We already talked about sweat. If you're trying to say excretion.
Yeah.
Sweat, and we talked about semen.
Okay, but it's different. You said sweat for cooling. That's not excretion.
It does, and if it's salt, you said that.
There you go. So, yeah, so sweat can do both. It can pull out toxins and waste, or evaporation, cooling. So yeah, that's a good way to put it. But excretion is not the cooling part. Excretion is the getting rid of waste part. Not a lot. It's not a lot of waste excretion in the skin, but all the pores on our skin. That's one of the functions of it, is to get rid of waste. Exercise on a regular basis is one of the best things for that function. About the open, keeps your pores open, and they're constantly getting rid of the nasty stuff that happens in the human body. Good on excretion. All right, so when you go into the layers, dermis, you got a whole bunch of work. You got the rectopili muscles with goosebumps. You have the hair follicles, growing hair for sensation. You have multiple receptors. So there's a lot of dermis stuff, but there's two functions in the epidermis that we went over. I think it was just maybe, yes. The main function of epidermis is what? Just to protect. I mean, it's stratified squamous. We've done that enough already. But the other two functions we talked about, you remember those? I'll give you a hint. Both functions, besides protection, happens in the stratum basale, in the basement, bottom layer of the epidermis. You know it?
I think I wrote it.
Say it again. Say the first one.
Is it like getting new skin cells?
Good. That's it.
Recycling them?
That's good. No, well.
And then they fall off.
Oh, cell
they go
division
up.
mitosis.
That's what she was saying.
Creation.
Exactly. And even if you don't say mitosis, you say cell division,
Yeah.
growing new cells. But the new cells that are growing at the bottom of the epidermis, what are they doing to the old cells? Pushing them out. So yeah, in the basement or the bottom layer of the epidermis, there's cell division. Remember, I think the book said like 19 days we get a new skin, whatever. Every 3 weeks, So heavy, consistent mitosis in that bottom layer of the epidermis. So do we see this in the dermis? Not to this rate. They do, but not like this. Everything goes to mitosis, except your muscles and except your neurons, your nerve cells in your brain. Everything else does. But this is one of the fastest rates, right? Red blood cells are pretty fast too. Every 3 months, they live for 3 months, but you make you make billions probably per second. Red blood cells is insane. You remember the other function of the epidermis? It also happens, they both occur. There's protection, there's cell division, rapid cell division in the lower part of the epidermis, and then there's one more cell we found in the lower basement layer, the bottom.
This down, let's say like the epidermis is also a site of production.
It's exactly what you said a while ago.
Oh.
That's where the melanocytes are. Yeah. If you remember, Chris said melanocytes make melanin, and melanocytes are found in the bottom of the epidermis. You got it. And then he said that earlier. I know. I want you to connect it though. You can't just blurt out answers. Not connected. What I'm asking.
He connected it. He said where it was from.
So that's slide 5.2. When they start talking about the layers of the epidermis.
And you said the name of it is the stratum basal.
Look, here's the top of the first bullet. You can just say the bottom layer of epidermis, honestly. More than one different types of sweat glands. Sweat glands, are there one type or are there more than one type of sweat glands? What?
There's one of them, right?
Yeah, you remember?
Sebaceous?
No, that's oil.
That's oil.
I have to mark that.
I was thinking about something. I was thinking about the types of sweat.
Say that second part. Yeah, first one to the skin, and second one was what? Where into the structure of the skin. The pits and groins is an area of the body. But where? So is it still releasing into the surface of the skin, like the rest of the body, or no? So there are two different deposit areas for the two sweat glands. So the first thing is nailed it perfect. There's one type of sweat gland. They call them eccrine sweat glands. I don't know all that, but eccrine sweat glands that release sweat on the surface of the skin. That's for evaporative cooling or getting rid of waste, right? The other one, you have the regions right, but it's into the hair follicle, not the surface of the skin. Yep. So why do we have follicles or sweat glands that are depositing sweat into hair follicles in certain parts of the body?
We have two different types of sweat.
And the regions, she said, is important. Why those regions and nowhere else? Even the head, it's not. It's just regular sweat glands. Oh, wait. Eccrine is ECCR. Releases sweat on
To regulate
the
temperature.
other one's apocrine. No, really.
That one?
APO.
Is he still asking a question?
That's the one that sweat. Anything else dermis, and the epidermis. We're missing something. Do I feel okay with those?
You want to talk about collagen?
Yes, I do. I should have asked that from the beginning. Which tissues are found in the epidermis? Which tissues are found in the epidermis? Stratified squamous, very good. Anything else? Which is epithelial, yes. Any other type of tissue that we find in the epidermis? Nervous, muscular, connective? No, it's one. She got it. That's it. On epidermis, stratified squamous, epithelial tissue, boom, done. That's the avascular part. The epidermis doesn't have its own blood supply. Where the hell is the blood coming from? The upper layer of epidermis, the superficial layer of epidermis. So the dermis has what she's talking about. That's when you start seeing the connective tissue, and connective tissue is the only tissue that has the very, very strong, resilient fiber collagen. Yep. So do you remember? There's two. Actually, all right, I'm not even going to say that. Just name all the tissues you can in the dermis. How about that?
Yeah.
Let's do that instead. Name all the tissues you can in the dermis. Do you find all four? Do you find 3, 2, 1? What are we looking at here?
I remember the other one we talked about was a dermal papilla, which is basically
Big guy here. What's that?
that's what your fingers are.
Good, good. So those are the ridges that allow the epidermis and the dermis to come into contact. So blood vessels are what type of tissue? So what type of tissue? Squamous, so you got some epithelial, so you're saying, Madison, in the dermis, you're finding epithelial tissue.
Oh, no. In the dermis.
No, you're right, I'm not saying you're wrong. Yeah, in the dermis, man, there's a lot of tissues you can work with. So she's giving a blood vessel example, the type of tissue, a blood vessels. What type of tissues would blood vessels be found under? Like what category? There's only 4 tissue categories. Where would we put blood?
Blood.
Damn, Ben, we just learned in the last test.
Like, are you talking
it.
about a blood vessel or blood?
Yeah.
Blood by
What
itself?
did I say? What did I
You
say?
said both.
Oh, blood vessel.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because blood is connected.
Do blood vessels have blood?
Yeah.
Yes, so that would be correct. So yeah, I'm sorry, I did, yeah. But either way, you can pull 2 answers. So blood, yes, by far and away is connective tissue. Blood vessels, it really depends which one you're talking about. Talking about the arteries, they're this type of tissue. And then if you talk about capillaries, that's another type of tissue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tissue-wise, where are you guys? Y'all think the dermis has multiple tissues, or just like 1 or 2? All 4? You think all 4? She's working at it. All 4, maybe 3, maybe 2. We don't know. So you got connective by far, right? What else we got? Any muscles up in there in that dermis?
Yes.
Where? 2 places I can think of right off the bat.
The rector pili muscle.
The rectopili muscle.
Period.
Got it. And then some of the members, we drew it on the board. Say it.
Nervous tissue.
Yep, we got that too. I'm going to come back to that. But the muscle part, erector pili muscle, but then the cardiovascular system, the vessels, do they have muscles? Which ones? The 3 vessels we talked about. 2 had muscles.
The arteries.
Arteries and
Veins.
Yep.
Okay.
What kind of muscle? And this
Smooth.
Smooth? Yeah, smooth muscle.
I hope so.
That's how you build answers. That's what I'm talking about. Perfect.
So arteries and veins.
Yeah, go ahead.
Arteries and veins have muscles.
Oh yeah, we're working through all the tissues. Just all
But
of it.
muscles again.
So if I ask you that question, just give me, go work through the dermis, work through all the structures we learned in the model, and figure out which one's nervous, which one's muscle. I mean, the rest of the like muscles, dead giveaway. Capillaries, simple squamous, that's an epithelial. She got that one right. That's one of the hard ones to get. That's very good. There are 2 types of connective tissue that we find the collagen in. Do you remember those? Dense. And I'll give you that. It's dense, regular, and irregular. We didn't even go over that.
Well,
But it's dense.
I have a note that says irregular.
Okay, good, very good. Yep, so that's what gives the dermis the strength and resilience, is the collagen fibers in